So, let's get on with this review of Over Yonder series finale. Yeah, it kind of sucks because, as I've said before, when I talked about Over Yonder, I always, I never really talked about, well, actually, no, I think I did, and I'm rambling at this point, and I'm sorry. But basically, I came late into the game, and I really wish I stuck around for the whole series. I watched the premiere, and I was like, this is fun, but it's not for me, and then I watched episodes of Season 2, and I was like, oh my god, what was I thinking? Because this show is awesome, and it sucks that it got canceled. It's not like with Gravity Falls where, people said, oh, it got canceled after 2 seasons. No, it just wanted to, Alex Hirsch decided to end it after 2 seasons. And, yeah, it had a proper ending, it had a great send-off, and, yeah. This one, however, Disney was the fault because they felt like, yeah, it should end at 2 seasons. And Craig, even Craig, pitched ideas for a 3rd and 4th season. Yeah. But yeah, Disney, come on, you're kind of striking out here. Nickelodeon's having a bit of a comeback, and I say a little comeback. Cartoon Network's kind of beating down it's more or less leading the charge in terms of animation. It's reached its golden age, aside from Powerpuff Girls and Teen Titans Go, but, every great network has their mistakes, but they make it up with Steven Universe and We Bare Bears, Regular Show, and Adventure Time. What do you have left? Star, right? You have Star... Well, you've got a few other shows coming, but that's until next year. For now, all you're left with is Star versus the Forces of Evil. That's it. Pickle and Peanut? What the fuck were you thinking? You kept Pickle and Peanut to keep going, but, you'll let this show slip between your fingers. Yeah. Let's also not forget that Cartoon Network is also bringing back Samurai Jack under Gennady Tarkovsky's, vision. And it's going to be on Adult Swim, another big win there. And now Nickelodeon has TMNT, The Loud House, and Harvey Beaks. They have, 3 new shows to, at least give them a fighting chance. Anyway, I'm gonna get off the soapbox now and talk about the series finale. There's not really much else to talk about. It's really nice. The secret planet we saw earlier in this season has now become a refugee base for, everyone. It's literally become, a home for all of Wander's allies and some of his enemies. They've all just pretty much flocked here. It kind of reminded me of Independence Day Resurgence, because in that movie, there was and this is where it really jumped shark, but it works here because we actually know these characters, we understand, and we've seen this before. With Independence Day Resurgence, it just comes right the fuck out of nowhere. In there, a race of virtual beings set up a refugee planet and a coalition to fight the invaders in Independence Day Resurgence. That's kind of what here. It's that little planet we saw in The Secret, I think that was the name of the episode, has become quintessentially a refugee planet where all of the characters, and I was kind of like, we see Dracor, the dragon monster, who was married to the princess. In here, I was like, they see Dracor, but where's Demura, his wife, Demura? And Brad Starlight's ex-girlfriend. And I was like, where did she go? We have Rip-Off there. We have a lot of characters that we've seen for the entire seasons put together. And yeah. Meanwhile, Lord Hader's just really pissed off because he's quintessentially lost. He has lost the game, but now he's ready to, more or less kick some ass. So he gets on point. He makes the Skull Crusher weapon. He turns his Skull ship into the Skull Crusher ship, which looks like something out of a Rob Zombie music video. And I'm sitting here thinking, this is cool and all, but when was this before? Has he now just lost? Was he just not thinking about that? Where did this come from? But yeah, Hader's now back, and we get to see how powerful Hader is. A lot of people think Hader's just an idiot, but if you've seen him in past episodes, and especially in the Battle Royale where he and Dominator fought before he found out she was a woman, he actually could take it to her, and this time he puts an entire barrier around the refugee planet and actually pushes back her drill right through her own ship. And I was like, damn, Hader, is that powerful? If he actually had, if he had the military sense and intelligence he could have been, he would be a dangerous threat. He would be a great threat, and I'm pretty sure we would have seen more of that in the had the show continued. Anyway, so getting with Wander himself, Wander is really against the idea of killing Dominator because he believes there's good in everyone. So he personally sneaks off to Dominator's ship to talk to her, and Dominator's like, "Oh, no, that's not happening." Meanwhile, Wander doesn't want to hurt her, and I really like that. I really like how Wander, despite everything, still believes in a lot of good. There's good in someone. I'm thinking to myself, oh, you would totally be getting a blue ring of hope right now. You would totally be accepted into the Blue Lantern Corps right now, Wander. Yeah, that would totally happen. But yeah, he finds out finally why Dominator's so evil. She's alone. She's quintessentially alone. She's lonely, and we saw a bit of that in the episode The Night Out, where we see that Dominator... She has nobody. Wander has Sylvia. Hater has Peepers and the Watchdogs to keep him company and to play the straight man. Like I've said before, Dominator has nobody. She has nobody to really, her bots are, and that's it. And that's not really much to begin with as well. So in this, I think it's really cool that, it quintessentially comes down to she's lonely, she's bored, and she just wants a friend. She just wants a companion. I was just thinking to myself, yeah, my crossover ship would so work right about now. Anyway, so, bottom line, after Hater destroys Dominator's ship, the galaxy is reborn, and it's become a whole new universe. It's become a whole new galaxy. Dominator, rather than accept her, friendship, she runs off into another galaxy, and Hater is like, it's a new galaxy to conquer! And Wander's like, it's a new galaxy to explore, and I was like, yeah, that's a great ending! And then the after-credits scene shows up, where Dominator's trying to eat the food out of the gift basket, and then she says they'll get what's coming to them, and we scope down, and we see this little pod. It's actually an American-made craft that launched apes into space, and we start hearing like this angry chimpanzee roaring, and I was like, God damn it! That was, why did you do that, Craig? Why did you do that? Well, actually, I shouldn't be mad at Craig McCracken. I should be mad at Disney for canceling it. It's because, yeah, that was like, oh, we had a perfect ending, and then we get a cliffhanger like that? God damn it. Why, Disney? Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Yeah, and apparently, this is what's gonna... I've heard rumors that apparently the voice actor for that new villain that was supposed to be some kind of ape was going to be voiced by Mojo Jojo's voice actor. Yeah. Just let that sink in. We were going to have a pseudo Mojo Jojo in the Wander Over Yonder universe. Yeah. But I do like how it did kind of end for Dominator, and I'm guessing had the show continued, Dominator and Hater would have finally gotten their redemption arc, finally, but now that's all fanfiction fodder. Anyway, so there you go, guys, the end of a great show that I wish I paid more attention to. But you guys tell me, what did you guys think of the Wander Over Yonder series finale? Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? If the show had continued, here's an interesting question, had the show continued, where would you have liked to seen it go? Just comment below, let me know, and once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.